Hello everyone, it's Mark Vernam here. Welcome along to this three-step system to get more clients using Facebook, email and text messaging. We'll be getting going in just a couple of minutes. So firstly, I'd like to welcome you along. If you'd like to, just so I know that you can see my screen, you should be able to see a nice slide up there with some text on there. If you can, just put the message hi or say anything, yes, you can see it, just so I know that you can see and hear me nice and clearly. Yep, Jen, you can see me. Gemma, great. A couple others, yep, Dave, great, Peter, excellent. Okay, good. Everyone looks like you can see me okay. So we'll just be getting going in a minute or so. And I'm obviously going to be presenting to you a three-step system to get more clients using Facebook, emails, and text. So grab a pen and paper. I'm going to give you lots of good stuff. So we'll be getting going very, very shortly. Just let the last few people coming in join us. And again, if you are just joining us, welcome along. You're in the right place. This is the three-step system to get more clients using Facebook, emails and texts. We're going to be getting going literally in about 30 seconds. So again, just so I know you can all see me, just say hi, welcome along. You've got the chat box there on your right-hand side that we'll be monitoring as we go along. So if you do have any questions or points or things along the way, we can obviously take those as we go. So really excited to be sharing this information with you today. Okay, great. So let's get straight underway on this. So essentially what we're going to do is cover a three-step system to get more clients using Facebook, emails and text. And this is obviously specifically designed for you if you're a fitness, health and wellness professional, someone who obviously helps people for a living. And I'm going to point out some really interesting facts and some stuff along the way. It's going to get you a system that within at least 30 days, if not much, much sooner than that, actual clients. So I'm going to show you things like the Facebook ad to use, what emails and text to send, etc. So you're going to get the whole lot. So let's dive straight in. So firstly, let's kind of just be really truthful with you. I kind of know where you're at and what your pains are, which is kind of you either don't know what, where or how to market. So it could be that you're a great personal trainer or a great Pilates studio person, etc. But you don't quite know what to market. And basically you've tried different marketing things, it's not quite worked before, and you're getting a bit frustrated with it all, etc. But you don't know where to market, so you don't quite know how to get more clients that you want. And also you're frustrated because you're better than your competitors, but they seem to have more clients than you, which sometimes happens. We know that some people have not trained as hard or as long as you have in getting the qualifications. So it can be quite frustrating. Also, I'm aware that you might have some fear around kind of putting your business out there in a bigger way. So you should be able to hopefully hear me okay. Obviously, if you can, just let me know. A couple of people just said, I think the internet might have slowed for you, but no problem. I've got sound here. But you might have some fear around promoting your business. And obviously, if you have, then that's no problem as well. It's very, very common. These are very, very common issues that fitness, health and wellness business owners have. And I think a lot of it is because you're so busy putting yourself first. You don't actually spend kind of time putting your clients first. You always put kind of them first and actually forget to put yourself first. So that's the key thing. You might be finding that you're fed up with wasting time, money and effort, which obviously can be quite soul destroying because, you're out there battling day in, day out and being a small business owner as you are. You also find that, kind of it's quite a lonely place to be. You've got friends, family, etc. that don't quite understand you and sort of say, when are you going to go and get a proper job rather than this sort of fitnessy thing that you've been playing around with for a few weeks or months or even years. So it can be quite soul destroying. And also kind of not getting out there in a big enough way. You could be scared of kind of failure and things not working and actually kind of ends up looking worse than where you are now. And I think one of the other things, having taught this kind of stuff for a long time now, particularly when it comes to the online and technical stuff, a lot of people feel that they have no sense of accomplishment with this kind of online thing. So, it's like a badge of honor. And people feel that, they should learn how to use Facebook, they should learn how to use email, etc. And kind of they feel they have to do it when actually you can get other people doing it, like you would do classes or things like that, or your accounts, for argument's sake. A lot of people get other people to do their accounts for them. So why would this be any different? But for some unknown reason, I think we all feel that, sometimes this online thing is the key thing. So again, feel free to use the chat box. Anything you want to comment on there, anything that resonates with you, just let me know. Anything that you agree with or disagree with, and we can discuss that as we go along as well. So here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to get more clients easily in the next 24 hours using Facebook, text and email. I'm going to show you why perhaps your marketing may not have worked in the past and how to fix it. I'm going to show you how to always get new clients regardless of your time of year, because again, I know for some of you guys, perhaps December is very, very quiet. We're coming summertime. That could be another quiet time of year for you guys as well. I appreciate that. So I'm going to show you how to always be able to get new clients regardless of what's going on, possibly even your location as well. Maybe you feel you're in a location. Just give a shout out to kind of some of the locations you're at. Use the chat box. Let us know where you're based. It's always very, very interesting as well to know kind of where you guys are all based as to whether or not. So we've got Leeds, etc. here. So different parts of the world all over the place in the UK, London. We've got Sheffield, loads of different places. Okay, so cool. Okay, so you know, in all these counties and areas and states, etc., Wales, etc., you'll find that, you know, essentially you're going to get different places where there might be lots of money, there might not be. So, you know, typically that's not going to have an effect on you, even though in the past you may have thought so. I'm going to show you exact tools, ads, scripts you need to use to get more clients. Even kind of very, very simplified. And also I'm going to show you how to get the entire system up and running for yourself. So you can actually go ahead and actually kind of do that. So that's the key thing. But yeah, Birmingham, Wales, etc., Bishop Stortford, all over. So that's the key thing. Okay, great, fantastic. So I'll just kind of tell you a little bit about me. You might not actually kind of know who I am, but you maybe come across my partner, now wife, Lucy Johnson, who I co-founded the Get More Clients Business School with. It was fully known as Fully Booked Formula, funny enough, you may know us from nowadays. We basically worked with over 3,000 fitness, health and wellness business owners over the last 3 to 4 years. So we've grown very, very quickly. But personally myself, over 22 years of running multiple successful businesses and ultimately some unsuccessful businesses sometimes as well, both online and offline. And I've had printing companies and all sorts, and really settled in the fitness, health and wellness industry, obviously with my wife, and got the Get More Clients Business School. Why? Well, I believe that you guys probably need the help more than anybody else, because like I say, you so feel that what you know is kind of common knowledge, and how basically you should be able to, you know, get what you want out of life, but you're scared to, because ultimately the things you feel that are things that are common knowledge, you feel they're common knowledge, but actually they're not. So a lot of people feel that, you know, from say simple weight loss stuff or pain relief stuff, it's, oh, I can just go on YouTube or Google now and get that information that you're going to charge me for, that you spent years training for and getting qualifications for, when, you know, ultimately you can actually get that result. But I obviously kind of really passionately resonated with this and found that, you know, this system that I'm going to show you works really, really well in health, fitness and wellness arena. So whether you're a PT, Pilates business owner, Zumba, whatever, again, use the chat box. Give us a shout out, see what you actually do for a living kind of thing. Tell us what you do, kind of who you want to look after, who you work with, etc. Because I appreciate lots of different people on here. So again, kind of over 20 years of running different businesses. I also created the Get More Clients automation platform, which we're going to talk about as well, and spend that time between Marbella and the UK. So I have quite a nice different areas of life to appreciate. And again, I just want to show you, we've got some different people here. Let me just show you some people. You may recognise Lucy there. Excuse me. It's on my left there. That's me on the right, obviously in the wedding picture that you got there on the left-hand side. We also then, I got married last year, so that's all cool. We also then, the picture at the top there, we also then run various seminars, everything from last year. We regularly ran 300 people seminars, teaching them how to get better clients, get more money, get the life that they fully deserved. You've got pictures of us in Venice, in Italy, etc. And then the important one really is the one at the bottom there. That's our big mastermind group that we run with people who are in the kind of events industry, etc. So we really get a flavour of mixing with other business owners. I'm the one on the left there, hanging out on the black t-shirt. Lucy's a couple one down in the stripy dress. And we always get told there's not many women there. There's only 2. That wasn't because they weren't invited. There was a few more there as well. But again, I show you that not just kind of boast. I just want you really to get an idea who I am, where I kind of fit in this, and what my background is. As for you guys, we've got things like kids martial arts classes, stress management consultant. We've got some PTs on the line here, etc. as well. So lots of different things, which all of these, I'm glad to say, actually the system we're going to show you is going to work for you and really, really help. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so are you struggling to get clients? I'm sure you probably are. And again, if any of these resonate with you, just let me know which one kind of thing, because we're fully aware of some of the problems you guys face. And the reason are, you know, some of the reasons you might be struggling to get clients, things like you don't know how to market. So, you know, ultimately you're a Pilates business owner or a kids martial arts or a stress management consultant. That's what you know and love and what you do all day long, but you don't know how to market. So that's obviously why, congratulations you guys for being on here, are actually going to get, you know, how to market your business correctly to get the most from it. Maybe you don't know how to market. Maybe you've tried different things in the past and find that you don't get results. Maybe you feel people don't have the money to buy your services. So again, if that resonates with you, you feel that you live in an area, maybe in a poor area or an area where there isn't much disposable income, then essentially you find that that's a real problem for you. You feel in actually moving your business forward. And again, great tip. I'd always say it's just kind of looking at the areas you live in. It's not actually about the area you live in, it's about the problems you solve for people, the pain that you solve for people. So if you are kids martial arts classes, that's not really the pain that you solve. It's about getting kids disciplined. It's about stress relief for the kids. It's a way of controlled kind of aggression, etc. If you're a stress management consultant, maybe that's somewhere where essentially you help people relieve stress, which means they sleep better at night or perform better at work, or etc. etc. So there's lots of different reasons why. If you're a PT, the pain you solve and the things you do kind of thing are actually helping people get fitter, healthier, live longer. They want to look great in their bikini or the swimsuit or whatever. So it's not actually about kind of what you do, but you might find that you live in that kind of area where you feel people won't spend that kind of money on themselves because of the area they live in. But actually, it's not really anything to do with the area. It's to do with what the problems you solve. It might be too competitive locally. So again, if you run local classes, maybe you have lots of people around you, that obviously you feel could be an issue in actually getting more clients for you, because you're constantly competing about other people who have more money or a bigger facility or been around longer. Maybe you feel also that you're struggling because people won't pay you what you want to charge. And again, very, very common in all the people that I meet. It's very, very common that one of the biggest things that you guys do is not really charge enough for your services, because the things you do, you change lives. You really help people move from one place to another. So therefore, you should be charging what you're worth, because that worth issue is the key thing that's going to kind of really move you and your business forward, but ultimately help you serve your clients better. Because I'd imagine most of you serve your clients very, very well, but actually when you come to look at the bank statement at the end of the month, or your energy levels at the end of the month, there's not really been much left for you at the end of it. So kind of you give, because you're in that sort of ability and that mindset of helping people all the time, that actually you don't kind of help yourself by ensuring you charge what you're worth. Maybe you just don't understand what to do, so you struggle with the actual nuts and bolts of it. So my detail people out there, the people that need to know what the steps are along the way and how it works and what each button does, etc., or how to market, what to put on and what colour things should be. Excuse me. Maybe you struggle with that. As I said, maybe you feel the things that you just know and that you charge for is just common sense. So, if you are a PT, it's common sense to drink 3 litres of water every day. Well, most people, that's not common sense. Maybe if you're a Pilates owner, a business owner, moving around curing back pain for argument's sake is maybe a niche that you look after, or people you look after. Just moving around often and stretching regularly, etc., is something that is common sense, but most people do it. So, in a way, you guys are in the common sense business. The things that people don't know, you're actually going to tell them they should know, because that's really what it is. Maybe you're not feel qualified enough. Maybe you feel you need more and more education about what you do, that you're not quite there yet. I need to learn more. I need to get more. Maybe you're not quite ready yet. That's a classic one, which again, if you've had that said to you, I really like what you do, Neil or Joanna or Bob or Peter or sort of whoever. But do you know what? I'm just not quite ready yet. That's like someone saying, I'm going to go to the gym first before I start working with you. So it's very, very common. And like I said, maybe it's not quite the right time of year right now that you're struggling to get clients, because either it's Christmas or it's summer or it's a particular Easter time, bank holiday, where people aren't focused on their health, fitness or wellness or solving the problem you have. So this is very, very common, and the key thing is not to panic, because it is very, very common that you're struggling to get clients. It could be any one of those reasons, or a multiple one of those reasons why you're struggling. And again, shout out if you tried any of these marketings and it's either worked or not worked for you. Maybe you tried lots of marketing. You spent time, money and effort on things like Facebook, on things like leaflets, business networking groups, local newspaper ads, local ads in church magazines, etc. Again, just let us know in the chat box if any of these you've tried before and it's not worked for you. Adverts in local news agents in their little windows and things like that. Maybe you've tried LinkedIn, you've been messing daily backwards and forwards to different people. Maybe you've been posting regularly on things like Instagram and it's not quite working for you. Maybe you sponsored local events, etc. Maybe you've even tried Groupon and spent money on that, trying to get people into your free things or very, very cheap things. Maybe you've done joint ventures where you partner with other business owners who are in a similar niche to you. So, your local hairdresser, you try to get this thing going, but it's not quite worked. So you've got things like Facebook, leaflets, etc. People have been trying this. So thanks, Jem, for that. Again, maybe you tried lots of different marketing and it's just not been working, and you're kind of wondering, well, why is it not working? Because, you're great at what you do, But for whatever reason, people can't see that, and it's getting frustrating, and it's really kind of driving you nuts to the point where you're obviously here to kind of learn and discover really the things that you need to do. So, I appreciate where you're at, and I want to give you kind of really what happens, because none of it may have really worked. What do I mean by it really works? Well, maybe you got a few clients from it. Maybe you got some poor quality clients, like people who don't pay that much. Maybe they don't recommend people. Maybe they're a bit aggravational and don't actually do an argumentative, not do the things that you want them to do. I mean, it's probably, we've all had clients in the past that you tell them to do X, Y, and Z, but they don't ever completely do it and blame you for the result. Maybe you couldn't repeat it. Maybe you got kind of, once you've done a great Facebook ad or a great leaflet or a great sponsoring event, but you couldn't get some steadiness to it, some repetition. That means you can grow your business and have the things that you want out of life. And maybe you couldn't predict how many clients you would get at any one time doing the marketing that you've done. Again, all this is very, very, very common. And I just want to bring this to you. What's the problem? Well, you may find that you think that the problem is your clients, your market, the area you live in, etc., that kind of thing. I'm going to be brutally honest here, and I think the problem is kind of the key thing is it could be you. And it's really kind of how you think about things, all different things. I'm going to show you how to think a bit differently. And the key thing is, I mean that with love and integrity, that, it could just be you. It could be the way that you think about things, because like I say, you feel that you're giving and helping people all day long. All the stuff you do is common sense. But actually it isn't. It's very, very common. You don't need to worry, you're in the right place, because once you decide you're going to start marketing correctly and put the right words and pictures and stuff like that on leaflets, flyers, Facebook, we're going to talk mainly on Facebook, then you're going to get the great result. And if you just do this little 3-step system I'm going to give you, I know you will get clients as a result of that. Okay, so let's give you the solution to this, because I've told you all the problems. I kind of lovingly told you what's wrong with you, but I want to give you the 3 things that there's a 3-step system behind this, but these are the 3. This fundamentally underpins everything you do, not just in marketing, but in business and everything. Most people I meet, and we work with over 3,000 fitness, health, and wellness business owners, Lucy and I, don't actually know their goal. They don't know what they're here to do apart from help people. Well, help people, how many people, what does it look like, etc. If you know your goal, and I want you just to stop and think about a goal that you set out to achieve. It could be going on a family holiday. It could be learning a new language. It could be even learning the training of what you're qualified now in. Just think about that for a minute. Know your goal. Did you know the goal when you set out of what you want to achieve? Because in business, it's no different. And this is the key thing. So many people I meet don't know really what they're there for. It's kind of like, oh, I'd like it to be kind of an extra £1,000 a month. Well, is it 1,000 or is it 2,000? Well, extra, what's it? What an extra to what? Where are you at now? Where do you want to get to? It's very, very simple, but so many people miss this crucial step. And again, once you get this bit right, you can then build on the marketing and everything, and it works really well, and I'm going to show you that. But the key thing is, do you know your goal right now? So again, at a scale of 1 to 10, 1, you don't know your goal, and 10, you do. Just pop that in the chat box. I'd be interested to see how well do you know your goal, okay? The key thing is to get going. And again, like Jen here, is to get off the starting block and get my first client. Great. What's next? What's the bigger goal? Because I think you can get your client. I'll show you how to do that very, very quickly. Sarah says 8 out of 10, so kind of not quite clear. So again, the first thing I want you to do is just think about what that goal is that you want to achieve. Is it more family time? Is it more income? What is it? Do you want both? Do you want to work 3 days a week or 2 days a week or 10, 8 days a week or 7 days a week? I joke, there's only so many hours in a day, of course. But if you say, look, I want to set up the business so I work 3 days a week and earn £5,000 a month, then you're going to start knowing your goal, and everything you do is then going to be dictated by that. So again, we've got some great things here. 1K by the 18th of June. Lauren's put in more income. Again, let's get that more tight and make that actually what more income looks like. So the key thing is know your goal, write it down everywhere, because once you're clear on that, it really does work. Let me give you a real life example. Think about the last time you went and bought a new car. Let's say it was a yellow Mini. What did you suddenly start seeing everywhere the moment you decided you wanted a yellow Mini? You started seeing yellow Minis, because your brain now was in tune with, I want to get a yellow Mini. So now I'm going to start noticing all the yellow Minis around there, all the opportunities out there for me to attract a yellow Mini. And that's what happens. It's the same with business. If you know your goal, exactly what you're going to do. So for example, 1K by the 18th of June is more than achievable. It could be achievable next week. It could be next month. It's just you decide, and then your brain and your business will start working there. So that's part of it. The next part is you have to behave like it's already happened. So again, if it was buying a car, you need to now go and test drive the car and see what it feels like in the car, etc., etc. Key thing here with your business, you need to start taking the actions and believing, behaving like you're a 1K business owner or a 10K business owner or a 5K a month business owner. What things are you doing or not doing right now that would align with that? So if you want to earn £5,000 a month income, are you behaving like someone who would earn £5,000 a month, or someone who wants to earn £10,000 a month? What would they be doing? Do you think they'll be doing their own bookkeeping? Do you think they'll be posting on Twitter and Instagram, etc. themselves? Or do you think they would either automate the process or get somebody else to do it? These are the kind of things, you need to behave like it's already happened. And then finally, you need to take the action to reach a goal. And again, some of you are taking action, that's great, but are you taking enough action to behave like the goal has already happened? And if you do that, you're going to get a great result. So they're kind of the three things. You need to know your goal, be very, very clear on it, be really specific, behave like it's already happened, and take the action you need to reach that goal. Make the decisions, do the things you need to do, behave like you're the person that's earning £5,000 a month, your first 1,000, your first client, your 10th client, your 100th client, etc. Okay, so when you work on this, getting clients actually is really, really easy, because someone who wants 10 clients or 1 client or 50 clients, it's very, very easy when you take the system now that I'm going to show you and actually implement it, because you'll start making decisions based on that, like the Yellow Mini. Okay, so does the system work? Because that's the key thing. We can look at all this stuff and wonder, does it work? I just want to show you how Louise Clancy, who basically does kind of pain and stiffness, so she's a Pilates instructor, and basically she's done this and she got 27 new inquiries in 24 hours. So again, I don't know how many that would work for you, but is that great or is that great? Because now 27 new inquiries. Again, what would 27 new inquiries mean to your business? I think that would be really, really useful start in getting you closer to that goal. And she just changed one word in her Facebook post, boosted it, and I'm going to show you all this stuff in a second, and had 27 people give up their name, email, and telephone number. 9 people then confirmed a date and booking, and basically everything else was taken care of. So the key thing is, does this system work? Absolutely. Does it matter if you're a Pilates instructor, a PT, a stress management consultant, etc.? It doesn't matter. The key thing is this system works if you're in the health, fitness, and wellness arena. Personal trainer here, Emma Knox, got 73 new personal trainer inquiries in 1 week. So again, just by doing some very simple marketing, I'm going to show the exact steps on the marketing of what you need to do, what you need to put on your Facebook ad, etc., to actually get people applying to this, okay? And you can get results very, very quickly. So whether you need your first client or your 50th client, you can get it very, very quickly using this system, okay? So I just want to show you a couple of examples there that it works. So let's crack on kind of with the actual meat and potatoes of this, which is the actual system itself. So what is the 3-step system to get more clients using Facebook, emails, and text? Because this is the key thing. It's a combination. And again, if you've ever tried these 3 combinations before pulled together, you're going to get some great results. If you haven't, then you're in for a real treat here. So let's have a look at what they look like. So step 1, what is this? Well, okay, well, ultimately, we're using Facebook, okay? Now, let me just, before you kind of analyze those, the key thing is you need a business page. I just want to confirm that with you. You need a Facebook business page. If you haven't got one, log into Facebook and do your personal account, go to create page, little blue button on the left-hand side, and essentially you'll be able to create a business page. Now what you want to do on that business page is actually start putting some content. So the stuff that you think is obvious, drink 3 litres of water, how to relieve stress, what sort of things can I do? How can I relieve pain, etc. Just give me little tips, little text and a bit of picture, or pick up your phone and use Facebook Live as a video. And what you'll find is you're going to start using that platform. And that's what Facebook want to see. Excuse me. Once you start using the platform, what you'll find is then you can start doing these promoted posts, okay? So the key thing is you start doing promoted posts. These are where you can spend a little bit of money on Facebook, sometimes only 10, 20, 30, 50 pounds, and get some amazing results. But notice the language on these particular ads. And here's a couple of examples I just want to run you through. So let's have a look at the one on the left. So it says here, fed up, want to make a change sooner rather than later, but don't know what to do. So again, is that good? Is that better than saying, hi, I'm a stress management consultant, or hi, I'm a Pilates instructor, or hi, PT sessions in the village hall this week, etc. Of course it is. It's much, much better. So want to make X this year, to the year to make that change. Want to make the change in non-judgmental and fun environment. No gimmicks, shakes, pills, just sensible eating and exercise, and then put in the location. To find out how we can help you make that change, book a free and then the name of the high value gift. What's a high value gift? The key of a high value gift, it's a free thing. You're probably already doing this already. It's either a free consultation or a free session. It's something you're allowing people to try before they buy. So it's like the trailer of the movie. If you go to pictures, you sit there and before the movie starts, you start seeing trailers for other films that are related to that movie. And that's the same thing. It gets you excited about the big movie that's coming in the future. Okay, so that's what they're doing. They're getting you to try before you buy, so to speak. And chances are the movie you went to is probably a trailer you saw. It's the same thing here with what you do with your marketing, is you want to offer a high value gift. So again, let me know in the chat box, do you currently run what we call a high value gift, a free consultation or a free session or whatever on that? And if not, kind of why not? Because ultimately it's going to be something that's going to be very, very useful for you, and it works exceptionally well. And every single person we know that tries to sell in Facebook posts doesn't work. So if you do offer a high value gift, as we call it, a free session. So Jen's put yes, a 30-minute booster session, etc. The key things are here is that you want to title the name of the session what the problem is it solves. So if we looked at the one on the left there, it's about, let's say, change. Want to make a change sooner rather than later, you don't know what to do, and then make that change. So it could be a 30-minute change session, because unless your ideal client, the person you want to work with, uses the word booster session, so that they sit at home at night in pain or looking for pain relief or stress relief, whatever, and say, do you know what I really need? I really need a 30-minute booster session. It's like, well, they probably don't. Maybe it's I need to up my energy session, a 30-minute, get more energy session. You're here because you responded to an ad on Facebook, no doubt, that was a 3-step system to get more clients. And that was the webinar. The webinar is what we're on now. And obviously the words get more clients were the thing that resonated probably with you to come on this webinar, to take time out of your busy day, which I thank you, and actually spend time with us on this webinar learning this system. So think about how you title your high value gift, the thing that you're giving away free. What does the client actually use in their head? Okay, so what's the wording? So the key thing is you do that and you put this on Facebook, and it's not just a free 30-minute session. It's like, here's a good one here. Yes, I use get out the rut, get back in control, and live a stress-free life. Great. Okay, that's much better, because it's now using the words that people would actually use. That's the key thing. So again, if you imagine coming across that on a Facebook post like the one on the left or the right, and tweet to the business that you have, then ultimately you're going to find that what we do is we actually go here and say, to find out how you can make sessions, this one on the left, so to find out how we can help you make that change, book a free, I'm just going to use get out of the rut, get back in control, and live a stress-free life session. Make the change in this year. Taste a class by clicking on the link. Now that's a key thing. I'll explain to you in a second what that is, but ultimately it's a link to take them outside of Facebook to what we call a landing page. We'll come on to what that is in a second. Let's have a look at the one on the right here. Feeling frustrated, close too tight. So again, if you're scrolling through Facebook and there's this and there's a picture of this, and this is the market you're in, or feeling frustrated, stressed out beyond belief, or feeling in pain, worried you're not going to be able to move tomorrow, those are types of things that are going to stop me in my tracks when I'm scrolling through Facebook. Instead of looking at pictures of funny cats and dogs and things like that, I'm actually going to go, yeah, you're right, I am feeling frustrated and my clothes are too tight. So again, want to change in this year, but don't know where to start. Tried so many times before and fed up of having to start again. It's like, yeah, the whole wording that you have here is getting the clients to understand that you understand them. So again, you need to be understood to understand them. So if they understand what you're trying to do and how you're trying to help them, that's better than you trying to sell them what you want. If you understand where they're at, then you're going to be understood by them, what the problem is that you solve and how you solve it using Pilates or PT or stress relief sessions or counseling or hypnotherapy or whatever it is that you do. Okay. So the key thing is, tried so many times here, look at the advert on the right here, tried so many times before having to start again, question mark. And you can see we're all about them. We're not about us as a business. They don't care about you, don't care about your qualifications at this stage. We're just trying to make them aware of what we do. So we can help. Book a free and then the name of your high value gift. So the free Move Pain 3 in 30-minute session, or reduce your stiffness session, etc. Whatever the words are, they're lying in bed at night or thinking on the sofa going, oh, I just wish I'd look so much better in my swimsuit this summer. Well, then let's put on a learn how to look great in your swimsuit this summer high value gift. That's the key thing. That's the thing they're going to show up for. Okay, so book a free look amazing in your swimsuit summer in 2018 by clicking on the book now button below, classes in, and then if you do more than one location, or if it's a live conference call or whatever, you can put that in there as well. But limited place available. We put a call to action on there, as we call it, i.e. click the book now button, so we tell them what to do, and usually there'll be a little blue button there below. And the key thing is with this is that you're putting some call to action on there at the end, some what we call scarcity, by saying limited place available. You might even want to put a number available, so you might only say there's 2 available, 3 available, 10 available. don't put like 50 available because it's not very much, excitement around 50 classes available. So you could put next 24 hours only, or limited places, or next 6 people only, etc. But by doing this, it's going to force people to take action and click the link, which is the thing that we're going to talk about more on in a second, is to get them from Facebook out of Facebook. We'll come to that in a second. Obviously, put a nice picture. And again, picture, the best advice I'll give you here is to actually ensure that you use a picture, not a stock image, so something you grabbed off the internet, but an actual picture of the class that you run, or a picture of you helping someone if you can. Now, I appreciate some of you might be doing massage or something like that, where obviously you're not necessarily going to want to allow people to take pictures of you massaging someone. Well, okay, kind of take a picture of the room to get an idea of what it looks like. So the idea is, as I'm scrolling through, I see someone with my pain being treated from the pain, so to speak. And I don't mean as in physical pain, I mean the mental pain of it, the thing that keeps me awake at night. That's the key thing that people are going to respond to. So I see the picture, that stops me. I read the text that, I am feeling frustrated, my clothes are too tight, I want to change, but I don't know where to start. It's like you're reading my mind here. That's the key thing with this, okay? So if you find this useful, just say yes in the box and let me know. Maybe you've tried Facebook ads before and got stuck with them. This is all the kind of things. Have you tried these types of ads? Because these are the key ones that are going to make the difference. And we're testing all day long. We're always using, at any one point, we're probably testing out 500 different ads. So the key thing is that, as long as you're understanding and getting the difference of where you may have marketed before on Facebook and it's not worked for you, why now to do it differently? That's the key thing. Okay, so we've got lots of people saying yes. It's Jen, Bob, Peter, David, etc., etc. Okay, great, excellent, good. Okay, so that's what you want to post. And then what you want to basically do with this post, very, very simple. There's a blue button called Boost Post or Promote Post, depending on how old the system you've got. With Facebook, some of you are slightly different, it might be, but it would be a blue button or a Boost or a Promote. I think most of you should be on the Boost now, you'll find, because Facebook tend to have sort of singularly keep that language the same. I'm going to use the word Boost, but you may see Promote. So you do Boost Post, okay, and then it just says how much do you want to spend and what areas do you want to promote. Once you do that, that then pushes that post out to lots and lots of people. So now lots and lots of people who are connected to you and all their friends in the geographical area you ask will actually now see that ad, even though they wouldn't have seen it before. So again, you can spend very, very small amounts of money, 10, 15, 20 pounds max, and start getting new clients. So if you need 1 client or 10 clients, and you know what your goal is, if you want to get 10 clients as your goal, then you could be generating new inquiries from maybe £1 to £2 at a time using Facebook, which is ridiculously cheap if you use this type of promoted post or boosted post, whichever you do it. So click the blue boosted post button, which is below these ads normally, and then essentially you can then boost it. You say geographical region, how much you want to spend, and that's it. Let it run and see what happens and watch what happens next, okay? But the key thing before we move on is that you'll notice we said click the Book Now button, or on the left one, insert your high value gift link. So the link, insert link to a lead page. Let me explain what that is, because step 1 is all about getting them to, on Facebook, click a link that takes them out of Facebook. Step 2 is we then send them to a page, which you can see there, number 1 there, the graphic on the far left. And this is a thing called a lead page. Now you can use any kind of lead page. You can use services like leadpages.net. If you know WordPress, you can develop your own one, etc. But the key thing is the same language must match what you've seen on the Facebook ad. Now, they click the link, it comes to this page, which is hosted outside of Facebook. Why do you want to take them outside of Facebook? Well, I don't know. You know, the main reason really is that we're not then reliant on Facebook, because Facebook, as we all know, have been in the news a lot. But also what happens, and it's not necessarily going to happen, but worst case, if all your business is on Facebook and Facebook closed down, or they ban your account or shut your account or suspend your account, and all your contacts and all your communications are in there, well, then where's your business now? Okay, you definitely don't want to be in that position. So the key thing is you send them from Facebook to a page like this, a lead page or a landing page or an opt-in page, it's known. And you can see it's for everything. You might not be able to read all the words on there, but the key thing is it says like a big headline at the top, struggling with your weight, a big button that says, yes, I want to start losing weight. And there's some more copy or some words on there as we put. But essentially, it's a very simple page. There's no other places for you to click off and look look at your brochure, your time sales or your success stories, anything like that. We've got a couple on the page there. But the key thing is there's nowhere else to click. So I either arrive at that page and click the big orange button, which will take me to step 2, which I'll talk about in a second, or I don't. That's the key thing, okay? So that's what we call a landing or lead page. Now, I urgently suggest you get one of these if you haven't already. Your website is different because that's like your brochure, if you want a better description. But this is going to ensure that people capture the data, okay? So you take them from Facebook to a lead page like this. And like I say, leadpages.net, WordPress, different places out there. But they've got to look like this. Otherwise, they don't. You're not going to get the result. Now, the key thing is I arrive at that page, I go, yes, 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 this all looks great. You know what I'm talking about. You know the problems I have. You know the pain, the thing that worries me, keeps me up at night. I now want to, yes, in this case, click the big orange button that says, yes, I want to start losing weight. So I've now gone, yes, I've made the decision. Now's the time. I'm going to go with this person because they're offering a free 30-minute struggling with your weight, or in this case, start losing your weight session, okay? So what then happens is I push the button, and then up pops a box, which you see in number 2, which says, yes, I want to start losing weight. And then I put in my name, my email, and my mobile or telephone number in there. Ideally a mobile number in most cases, okay? I'll tell you why in a second. This is then ultimately a key thing, because now we actually have their data. We have their name, their email, and their mobile number, which means we can contact them directly, okay? This is the key thing. I know it's kind of basics, but again, I just want to make sure we're all covering this and we're all on the same page. Now, what you then want to do, and this is the trick that we kind of noticed that gets you so much more people showing up at your free 30-minute XYZ session, okay, is that you give them the choice. Okay, everyone likes now to use places like Amazon and do their online shopping, etc. Why? Because you have the choice and the ease to select which day and time you want delivery of the particular goods and services that you've ordered. Shouldn't be any different with your high value gift, the thing that you're offering for free. So in this case, your free 60-minute start losing weight session, okay, let's just say what that is, and maybe it's a Zumba class or a PT session or whatever it may be. The key thing is you give people an option to select a date and time that kind of suits them. Now, obviously you shouldn't make yourself available 24/7, that would just be crazy. But the key thing is you want to offer them at least 1 or 2 or 3 different options for them to select the date and time that suits them. We've tested this versus ramming people into, that's it, we'll contact you, etc. And again, let me know in the box, in the chat box, if you are fed up in chasing people around who come to your website or given you a business card or called you up or done something to contact you, saying they're interested, and then you spend the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks chasing people down, trying to get them booked into a date and time, just because they left a thing on your contact page on your website or contacted you by a friend or sent you a Facebook message. You spend forever going backwards and forwards, playing telephone tennis if you got their telephone number, playing email tennis if you got their email number. So again, if you do have that problem, again, this is very, very common that most people see. And the reason is because you've not given them this 3-step system of they register on a page, a lead page ideally, they put their name and email in and the telephone number, their SMS or ID or mobile number, sorry, excuse me. And then most importantly, they get a personalized journey to them, which enables them to select a date and time that suits them. Ultimately, you plan out what days you're available for that. But the key thing is that they have the choice. They're not rammed into the next session that's available. They've got a choice of having one here, one there, one there. There's 2 or 3 or 4 options. And at a click of a button, they can select the event. That's number 3 there. You can see you've got a couple of options there where it says select this event. They can just click that button. That now puts them into that free session that you're going to offer around starting losing weight, if that's what you do, for example. It could be for pain relief or get out of the rut and get control in your life, etc., 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 okay? So the key thing now is you have a repeatable system, because every time you get someone from Facebook with your boosted ad or your boosted post as it's known, they click the link, they come to step 1 that you see here, which is your lead page. They pop the click the orange button that says, yes, I want to start losing weight, or whatever the wording is that is the conversation in your client's head. That pops up to capture their name, email, telephone number, because now we can follow those people up if we want to. And there's a good way of doing automation around that. I'll tell you what that is shortly. And then the third system is to get more people showing up at the high value gift, and that you're not having to chase them around forever, backwards and forwards, trying to get it, and they don't turn up, etc. They go into a system where they select the date and time. That's the key thing with that, because they're much, much more likely turning up at a session if they've selected the date and time, rather than you telling them when you're available with one date and one date only, or you've emailed. And again, you've probably done this where someone's left a contact form information on your website, and basically, you've got it and they contact you on a Monday, so you go back to them with Monday that you're available on Tuesday because you want that client really quickly, and then they get back to you on Wednesday saying, oh, sorry, I couldn't make Tuesday, but could you now do Thursday? And you miss them, and it goes backwards and forwards, okay? Or maybe you even text them and say, I've got available on Tuesday, they don't get back to you in time, etc. So you go on this never-ending circle. It's not very efficient. So that's the sort of step 2, that we send them to a page that they didn't input their data and then select a date and time for their session. Now, step 3, this is the key thing, is that you follow up immediately, and I mean immediately, via text and email. So via SMS and email with personalized messages to ensure they show up to the high value gift, and follow up with them should they not. Okay, so again, you want to have a system in place that is personalizing their journey. Again, think of what Amazon and people like that do. They personalize recommendations for things due to buy, etc. And the key thing is that you then basically allow them to change their session on the fly, etc. So you can see on number 1 there on the left, you might not be able to read some of the things, but there's a blue box on there. It says view, modify, taster session. So again, in this, I have to contact you, say, Wednesday, I just click the button, move emails in people or follow up. What you'll find is most people send out a generic email with, this is how to get on the webinar, or this is how to find my facility, you have to do X, Y, Z, bring this stuff with you, and you send out that same email over and over again. But it's just like a very boring information email. We tested all this with all our free workshops that we run. Well, as soon as you start personalizing emails and text messages, you can see there that the text message on number 1 there. Congratulations, Mark, I'm registering for your taste session. Look forward to seeing you on the 17th of Feb at 9 o'clock. Any problems, give me a call. It's now going to get people interacting with you because people buy from who they know, like, and trust, okay? So as long as you build that relationship before they show up, just put in the chat box, do you think it's going to be easier or harder to sell for them if you've personalized this journey, you've let them select the dates and times that they want to, you've allowed them to modify the session should they wish to, and you've personalized all that information and communication with them? Do you think they're more or less likely to buy or show up from you if you've personalized that journey rather than sending them the same messages over and over again? They're more likely, of course, lots of people there, Lauren, etc., saying more. So great, so that's the key thing. Now, I don't know about you, Ben, the key thing is what happens if you go and meet a friend down the pub, let's say on a Friday night, and for whatever reason, they don't show up. What do? Well, you get on the phone, you might text them, you might email them, you might call a friend, etc. But you follow up with people who don't show up for something. So if it's a good friend, you're starting to get a bit concerned. And again, step 2, another process here is that you then send an email and a text automatically. So it doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m. in the morning or whether it's Christmas Eve or whatever the day the session was. 24 hours later, it's like, hi, Mark, I'm just checking. Where were you? You were coming to the high value gift session, the start losing weight session, but we didn't see you. No problem. These things happen. However, basically, I'm going to let this space go if you don't rebook. So you can see automatically you want to now be sending out the follow-up emails if they don't show up. Again, not you sitting at your Gmail or Outlook or wherever, cutting and pasting to send these things. You want to use things like autoresponders. I'll come on to what they are in a second, and SMS services to actually do this. So you can see the second set of emails and SMSs there are basically saying exactly that. Hi, if I read the text message here. Hi, we missed you at your free taster class yesterday. I can hold your spot for another 48 hours. Please text or call me on and a number. So again, the key thing is it's all personalized. It's like you're actually caring about them because you care about them once they become a client. But it's going to be so much easier to sell to them. And I know that's one thing that you guys kind of have lots and lots of people, so common, not necessarily you guys on this webinar, but lots of people we work with really struggle with selling. And this really does all the selling before you get there because they know, like, and trust you. So therefore, they're more likely, as we mentioned already, to buy from you because you've built that relationship. And people basically rely on relationships to sell. And if you have a good relationship with a client or potential client before they arrive, it's much easier to sell. Again, you know this. If you've got clients currently, how easy is it to approach someone and say, you're already buying this thing from me, would you now like to buy that from me? It's very, very simple, but so many people don't do this before they become a client. They wait till they become a client and build that relationship. Using technology now, you can build the relationship using personalized emails and texts in a very clever way to ensure that they make sure that they're, excited to come to the high value gift, the thing you're going to offer for free, and that they do show up, and they show up. And if they don't show up, they automatically get followed up and given the option to rebook. And if they don't rebook after a certain time, then fine, no problem. They're not our ideal client right now, but at least you're giving them the option. Again, if you're generating 1 lead or 50 leads, this is a key thing. If you start doing this, you're going to generate a lot more clients as a result. So again, hope you find this useful. They're the 2 sections there that you want to look at, obviously, as far as getting the personalized email. And the key thing is doing that. Okay. So again, does all this all work? Because this is the thing. It seems like a lot of work, actually kind of following people up, etc. But the key thing is that here's Tim. Tim Smith's a PT that we've worked with on this system, and said, right, okay, let's implement the system. Done a Facebook post, exactly as I showed you, with the words, etc., of his ideal client in his head. Offered a free 30-minute session, and basically what he got was 29 people saying, yes, I want to take up that free session that you have. And then what happened basically from that was he then got 10 new clients, which works out £533 a month extra just by using this system. And some of those came as a result of being excited to show up for the high value gift. Others then waited and he followed them up automatically, etc. But the key thing is that you use technology to do this, okay? So what technology can you use to set all this up so you don't have to? So you've got different ones out there, but you want to have an autoresponder. An autoresponder basically sends out personalized emails. You may be aware of some of these before. An autoresponder, essentially, you put the email in once, you then personalize it to say that when someone does this, send that email. And it does it, whether it be 1 o'clock in the morning or 3 a.m. in the morning or 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. on a Sunday night, whatever. An autoresponder means you don't have to go into your Outlook, and it means it's hosted on the internet, and it means you can then tailor these emails to go out automatically. You also then want to use SMS, so things like on the email, let's just cover that off. Some people might want to know what services to use. So things like Aweber, MailChimp, etc. are ones for the autoresponder. With SMSs, you want to use things like Voodoo SMS, but again, you can't personalize it very easy, so it's quite tricky. And then for lead pages, you want to use things like leadpages.net, etc., WordPress, etc. But the key thing is 10 new clients just from 29 inquiries. And again, the key thing here is that, you wouldn't have spent much money on the marketing, 20, 30 pounds. Why? Because the marketing works so well. Do you now think you can get another 10 clients each time he does those sorts of ads? Knowing the numbers? Of course he can. Every time he does it, he's getting 29 new inquiries. Most importantly, he got 10 new clients almost straight away. The other 19 that didn't buy are now being followed up as a result of a system that he set up once that's following those people up, getting them back into the high value gift to sign up again. Okay, so that's the key thing. All right, and this actually happened before Christmas. So again, I don't know if you guys are in various niches or industries, particularly anyone that's in health, fitness, and wellness. What's the worst month of the year? December. Okay, so Tim here says, here we go, blah, 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 blah. If we look at almost the second to bottom paragraph here, it's a nice amount of 533, rounded to my numbers. It's a nice amount to have just before Christmas, but that would carry through to next year as well. So again, it's like, who here would like 10 new clients literally this month coming to you? Because that's the key thing, because you can literally do this if you follow that system of getting them from Facebook with a really good ad, sending them to a lead page where they opt in, automatically following them up, personalizing the messages along the way, letting them choose the dates and times, letting them adjust the dates and times that they choose for your high value gift. Because if you do that, you're going to start getting clients, but also you're building lots of good people that potentially will buy now and in the future. The key with all this is that you need to stand out from the crowd, and personalization and follow up are the 2 key elements. So whether you're trying to get your first client, like we've seen on here, if you want to get your last client, anywhere in between, the key thing is whether you want 1 client or 50 clients, right now this system can work, but you need to have that personalization using technology, and following up consistently is the key, because once you get consistency, that's then when you can start, booking holidays. You can take car loans out because consistently month after month after month the income's coming in. So again, just pop in the chat box, how much right now do you know would that benefit you, knowing that you've got consistent amounts of clients coming in month after month? Think about some of the things that you would do. Pop it in the chat box. What would you do right now if I could give you an extra 10 clients consistently coming in each month, time after time, paying you what you're worth? What would that mean to you? Okay. So the key thing with this, breathe a little, Jen. Yeah, it's great. It gives you a bit of space, a bit of time, a bit of thinking process to go, right, I can actually do this, okay? So that's the key thing. It's giving you space, time, and income, all right? But you need to automate the process. Like I say, there's various softwares out there that you can use. MailChimp, you may already have an account, etc. More holidays, more time to do what you want. That's the key thing. Yeah, great. Great, Laura, on there. The key thing with it is that, yeah, ultimately you need to automate this process, because the last thing I want to do is get you on this webinar and then give you more work to go and do. Because if you have to go and do this consistently, I know you won't. That's the problem that you have, because, you know, trying to automate these things, you guys are what you do as a business, your stress relief counsellor, consultations, your PT, your fitness, your health, your wellness, all those kind of things. You're not people who understand technology very well, nor should you be, because, you know, it's quite confusing, etc. So you want to kind of automate the process and get people to do this for you. And we try to look and find a complete system around this, okay? So the key thing is that, you know, we looked out there and we couldn't find one. So working with Lucy and the thousands of clients we work with, we actually decided to pull together a system that we created. And there's kind of some parts to it, and with your permission, hopefully I've earned here the opportunity to show you the system that we've had now created for you. I've shown you obviously how to go away and do this for free. You can go away and do this yourself using all the different bits that I've shown you, but I want to show you a kind of shortcut to help you get the system up and running so you can start getting clients. So with your permission, I'm going to go and do that. And ultimately, it's kind of like a 4-week intensive Get More Clients program. It's got a 3-part guaranteed success system. And the key thing is it has all the tools and systems, the coaching and support, and the proven template. So kind of it's everything you need in one place. That's the key thing. And really the main thing is it's designed to get rid of some of these pains that you may have. And I know some of them are there, is that you don't know what to do or where to market or how to market. We mentioned that before. You're frustrated that your clients obviously are getting more clients, potentially even though you're better. You may have some fear about, well, what if I do market? What happens if it goes wrong? Where do I get this autoresponder? How do I make it work, etc.? Wasting time, money, and effort is the key thing. I don't know the last time you went on Google and actually tried to Google how to send an email using an autoresponder, but you could be an hour doing that. Try going on Google, try how to create a lead page. You'll be another few hours learning that and going into some black holes. I know, because I've done it. It also can be really soul destroying, because all the while you guys are sitting at laptops or PCs, then you're struggling because you're not out doing what you're naturally wired to do, which is go and help people solve the problem they have with their back or their stress or their energy levels or their nutrition. You know, that's the key thing that you should be out there doing more of. Or it could just be you just want to have more time, basically, for your family. You know, I don't know about you, but if you don't spend much time with your family, you may not want to. That's different. But if you want to spend more time with friends, family, etc., go on more holidays, have some time to breathe and relax, okay? You don't have to have this soul-destroying bit anymore of the business that drags you down. And like I say, fear of failure, well, because most of the work's done for you and with you, it's made systematic, so therefore there's less failure involved, and we obviously guarantee the result as well. But I think one thing that's quite interesting, people that I speak to about this is having this sense of accomplishment that you can kind of wear the badge and go, yeah, I can generate leads online. I know how to do this. And obviously this system, yeah, I've taught you how to do it, say, with Facebook, but it can work with leaflets, flyers, networking events, etc. All the whole thing works exactly the same, is that where the online systems and structure ability to change and move around from their appointments to suit you without you being involved. Because every minute you're not actually out there sharing your gift with the world, it means there's one more person that needs your help you're missing out on. Okay, so let's just quickly give you a quick run through what the parts are of the system. Part one is the tools and the systems. So basically, a lot of these things I mentioned, the technology behind it, we couldn't find. So we looked at things like MailChimp, we looked at lead pages, we looked at GetResponse, we've looked at Aweber, etc. And trying to make them all work together in a very simplistic way, it just wasn't possible. So after working with a number of our clients, I personally myself developed this as a piece of software that basically creates all that campaigns, all the lead pages, they're pre-written. So the pages you saw there are pre-written. It's like having me as your marketing manager, where we've pre-written the lead page. So if you offer, you know, stress relief, you go into that section and there's a kind of a counselling or coaching session on there. You just change a couple of words. 90% of the work is now pre-written on that lead page. It's all ready to go. Okay, you don't have to do anything more. If you're a PT, then it's been pre-written that if you do one-to-one, there's a page for that. If you do a group, there's one for that as well. if you do Reiki, you do retreats, you do any of those kind of different things. If you do Pilates, you just literally go in, you select the button that says Pilates. That then loads the lead page. You might just want to tweak a couple of the words, but we've pre-written, so you don't have what I call blank page syndrome. It's all there right in front of you. You just tweak it to suit you, your wording, your personality. So we've pre-written it for you. We also then have pre-written all the emails and the SMSs that go out automatically. So text marketing SMS is really powerful, because when was the last time you read all your emails? I don't know about you, but everyone gets thousands of emails, particularly more and more every day. When was the last time you read every text that came into your phone? In some cases, you kind of have to, because it preloads it. So again, we've pre-written all the sequences to make sure people are showing up for your high value gift. You just tell the system when you want to run one of your free sessions, where it be one-to-one or one-to-many. This works for webinars or any online programs or calls where you're talking one-to-one by Skype or whatever. And you basically tell the system the date and time that you want it. You then go and do your Facebook ad in this case that we showed you, but you can do other marketing as well. And then literally you just paste that link in, it does everything for you. It follows them up. Once they opt in, it follows them all up with emails and SMS. If they don't then show up for the high value gift, it then automatically 24 hours later emails and texts them to try and get them to book back in again. It also has all the emails personalized, all the text messages personalized. It's all written in there. I wrote them personally myself. And there's, like I say, there's like 24 different campaigns in there. So you can literally, one of them will suit your business, because again, we work with over 3,000 people to make the system work really, really well. Like I say, 90% of the work is done for you. We'll never have blank page syndrome again, because all the emails and texts are written for you. It's set up in under 5 minutes. So even if you're a complete technophobe, it's kind of like push the green button. It says step 1, next one, step 2, step 3, step 4, etc. It does so much more, but that's the main thing, is all the tools and the systems that I spoke about that you need to make the system work are all inside of this software, which we call Client Central, that we developed ourselves from scratch. Okay, so part 1, so that you can see that it automates all that entire process, all those things that you saw before. It will create the lead page, which is number 1, automatically. That's preloaded as you see it there in the system. Hasn't been edited at all, but you could just tweak and change, obviously, say the little success story, the testimonials on the bottom there. You might want to put obviously your own ones in there, but apart from that, it's all ready to go. The next bit with all the automated emails, step 2, the opt-in box, everything, it's all there. The next thing is the dates and times. That's you preloaded in the system. It does all that. The next thing, all the emails and texts that you've seen before, again, it's preloaded all those. Those are directly out the system. We haven't changed those. They're exactly as you see them in the system there. So all those are all set up on the right frequency. If someone changes the date and time they want to come, it adjusts it all accordingly. So it's a very clever bit of software that means you can spend more time doing what you love doing, which is helping clients or going on holiday, breathing a little, all those kind of things. Okay, so that's kind of the key thing, is it's all in one place. You log in, you can get other people operating it for you if you don't want to, but we've designed it with you in mind, which is very non-technical. There's no technical jargon around it. It's literally kind of very, very simple, point and click. Okay, but as ever, full transparency, machine is only as good as its user. Now, I don't know if you've bought software before of any description to market your business. Just put yes in the box, just so I know that you bought something before and it's not worked out for whatever reason. But just, if you've got any form of software right now that you operate for your business, even if it's a bookkeeping software, I don't know if you bought QuickBooks or anything like that, any software that you bought in your business, just put yes in the chat box. Now, I see a few people saying yes, I bought that QuickBooks, yes, I bought an autoresponder, etc. Okay, great. So Karen, etc. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, okay, Peter as well. Great. Now, do you know that the software obviously is only a machine in this case, which is software? It's only as good as the user. Now, why is there a picture of the space shuttle there? You probably ask. Well, it's just to illustrate the point, because I used to offer this software completely for like 14 days, try it for free, etc., etc. Now, the problem was that people were finding the software did what it needed to do, but they weren't able to market correctly. So it's great having the bits of software that work, but unless you work the software and you know which buttons to push and how to make the most out of it, you're not going to get the benefit. It's like having the space shuttle ready on the back lawn, ready to fly somewhere, but if you don't know how to operate it correctly to get the most out of it, it's not going to go anywhere, okay? So that's the key thing, is that we must train you not just on the software, but we need to train you on the actual marketing side of the business as well, and give you the support. So part two of it, part one is the software and the systems all built into that software. We also then offer coaching and support over the next 4 Expert Live small group training webinars. So basically like this, you get opportunities to speak to me directly, get opportunities to speak to my team, and we go through Facebook first, okay? So we go through Facebook, we show you how to market on Facebook. If you get questions, you can just ping us live chat and go, yeah, I've got a problem with that, how do I do this, etc. We get to show you how to then use the software. That's the next one. So actually using Client Central and tweaking it and tailoring it to get even better results for your business. We then go through on the third week, which is really, really interesting, is closing the sale. I show you how to close a sale really, really effectively, how to overcome objections, etc. Everything you need to close more sales, because it's great if I just give you the bit of software and say this is what you go and do and it automates it. It's even better if we show you then how to market and use that software personally for your business. But none of that really matters if you're not closing the sale, making a return at the end of it. Because if you don't make the return, then what's the point in that? So the key thing is we walk you through the entire process. Imagine it like a funnel where you put the marketing in at the top. That's your Facebook marketing or any other form of marketing, which we'll come on to in the final webinar. You put your marketing at the top. That's great. The middle part is where the software kicks in, and that actually gets people showing up for your high value gift. And then at the bottom part, we show you how to close the sale. Because like I say, if you're not getting any money in as a result of all this marketing, then why are we doing the marketing? And again, if you struggle in selling, this is going to be a great little training webinar for you on that as well. And then the fourth webinar is kind of offline marketing. So if you don't want to use Facebook and you want to do leaflets, flyers, etc., then we show you how to do all that. We'll give you templates, etc. as well. Business networking, we tell you what to say, how to say. And we also show you then how to scale it. So if you're spending £10 and you get 1 client or 2 clients as a result of spending that £10, we show you how to spend £50 to get 10 or 5 or 15 clients. And then if you want to spend £100, you can get 10 clients, 50 clients, whatever. We show you how to scale it out. So if you do want, more holidays, a new car, etc., all those kind of things now you can start planning out, because you have a repeatable system that works each time. Okay, so then the training webinars, like I say, some will be taken by me, some will be taken by my team, so Facebook ads, etc., by my expert team, and I'll be on them as well. And like I say, they're small groups, so they're only like 12 people max on the webinars, and we actually go through them from there. And there's 4 of those. We also then have 4 recordings of each, because I appreciate maybe sometimes you guys might be out busy delivering current clients, so you can watch them back. And then obviously because of that, you may then have questions if you can't make them, or as you're actioning the stuff that we're talking about on the webinar. We also give you a private Facebook mastermind group. So this is for only people who've been through this coaching system. You get to interact with me, you get to interact with my team, etc. in there to answer all the questions as you're learning. We also have unlimited Q&A both on the webinars and also on the Facebook group. So someone will always be in there, you're not going to be left alone. We hold you all the way. And also from the software point of view, I appreciate that can be sometimes a little bit frustrating for people learning new software. So on the software side, we have 18 hours a day live chat support. So my team, I've trained there, are literally sitting waiting for your live chat requests. If you don't know what live chat is, it pops up on the bottom there. You click it, you start talking to someone, and they'll point you through exactly how to achieve what you want to achieve. So from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you can just jump on there and go, oh, I've got a problem, I want to send an email. They then walk you through how to do that, to make sure you've sent that email and you're happy you've done it correctly. They might even point you in front of a training resource that we got, a video or an article, whatever as well, so you fully understand it and get the most out of the software as well. So you've got that as well. So complete coaching and support. And then the other part of it, which is the key thing, and this is really, I think, tremendously valuable, is part 3, which is where we then give you literally all the proven templates. What do I mean by that? We'll say we work with over 3,000 fitness, health and wellness professionals in all the industries that you guys have mentioned of what you do as a business. And we have proven templates for things like Facebook. So we've got a thing called a full discovery advert. I'll walk you through that. I'll give you the template. You just cut and paste it into your Facebook timeline, change a couple of words, and off you go. We give you all that. We'll give you what we call the 3-part story post, which is really, really powerful. That also will get you new clients. You just copy, you paste into Facebook, you change a few words, off you go. Also, we show you actual examples of our clients that's worked for them, so you can compare and contrast and work out what you need to do. So you never have this kind of blank page syndrome, okay? But that's just Facebook. Obviously, there's other ways to generate clients in the top of that funnel and get them showing up for your high value gift. So we also give you the offline templates as well. So things like leaflets, flyers, business cards, what I call adverts for things like your village magazine, your newspaper, if you're doing any exhibitions or anything like that, what you should give away. We'll give you examples of that. We give you like the Word docs, you can actually edit it, you can send it off to your printer. It's all ready to go. So you haven't got to design anything or make it all look pretty. We show you exactly what other people have done, and you can just cheat the copy and use that yourself to create your own using the template by just filling in the blanks. Again, literally I was at a seminar of ours at the weekend where we literally walk people through this. It means you get your marketing done very, very quickly, but it's on proven stuff that's worked for time and time again for our clients. Also then, most importantly, as I said, the key thing of all this is you can do all this marketing, you get people showing up. If you're not closing the sale and getting them to commit to something and actually buying that, then we'll give you the closing the sales script. So this is the key thing. This is the thing that's going to turn that effort into income for you and consistent income. So I'm going to give you the exact system word for word. So what to say, how to say it to close the sale at least 7 out of 10 times. So again, just pop in the box. How useful would that be, having a script that you can follow time and time again? And as you get better at it each time, you get slightly better and better and better and better. We have people doing 8 or 9 times. So how useful right now would that be, having a script that you can use for yourself, or if you have a team or somebody else closing the sale, they can read word for word, whether it be in a group format, whether it be one-to-one, etc. We show you when to sell, because the positioning and the timing of sale, because a lot of people leave it all to the last minute and then kind of don't close at the end. They just kind of throw a form in front of someone and they run out the door and they go, I'll be in touch. Well, that doesn't work. We have to give you the exact timing of it all as well. So we show you how to do that. So again, lots of people saying, yeah, it'd be very, very useful to have a script that you could use. Also, objection handling. We all get it. Things like it's too expensive, I'm not ready yet, I need to check with my partner. We show the exact script, again, word for word, for you to overcome those objections, or handle them as we call them, in a way that means you're always closing the sale. So we don't leave you hanging kind of thing and just give you software and give you templates to say off you go. We want to make sure you follow it all the way through. Okay, so that's 3 parts of the same system. Now, currently this is, if it's of interest to you, this is currently only available to our invitation only via our coaching clients. Now, our coaching clients with us for minimum 2 years, they start at £10,000, but I appreciate we've only just met on a webinar, so I want to introduce something to you. So I want to give you the opportunity, if you take action, by getting that goal, remember the thing that you want to achieve, I want to make that happen for you. It's only available to midnight tonight for the proven system without paying £10,000 to be a client. So I don't want to charge you that because we've only just met. Why? Because I want to reward action takers like you who need to get more clients but don't have the money or are not in the place yet to join our coaching program. So literally, we have 12 spaces available. We do this in blocks of 12. So we're starting this week with this particular offer of 12 people with this group, and you're on the same group now, where essentially for just £197 plus VAT, you'll get those 4 weeks of training. You'll get the private Facebook groups, all the templates, all the things I've done and shown you to actually implement the system to get more clients within the next 30 days. So if that's interest to you, it's £197 plus VAT now. And then because of the software part of it, after 30 days, basically, it's £99 a month for the software access, but you can cancel that software at any time. The key with this is that I want to show you this whole system works. So I could just offer you the software, but it's not going to work for you on its own. So I need to train on the whole thing, the getting the marketing in, following them up, and then closing the sale. But obviously, if you want to carry on with the software, it's £99 a month thereafter to continue to use that software, okay? But you can cancel it anytime, so it's no problem. If you're interested on that, that's the link there. It's bit.ly, so bit.ly/GMC 30 days. Like I say, there's only 12 spaces available because of the way we operate the groups. It's small groups, little 12 groups at a time, because we can make sure we give you that one-to-one access that you need to ensure that you move forward and no one's left behind. We don't do these big group programs. The key thing is it's small and it's personalized to you, so you get plenty of opportunity to answer questions. Okay. Now, I appreciate that you may have just come across us for the first time and see maybe one of our ads on Facebook, and that's probably why you're here. And you've had some emails, you've not met me before, etc. So the key thing with this is I want to make sure that I guarantee your success. So basically all I'm saying is you take part fully in the training, you turn up for the webinars, you ask as many questions as you want, you use the software, we show you exactly how to do that to support you with you, you apply the marketing, you show us the work you did, exactly as we've shown you, just fill in the templates, etc., as I mentioned. And if you don't get a single client, we'll refund you 100% of your money, okay? So I want to take all the risk here for you. Why? Because I know this works. We've done this so many times, this little small groups environments. 12 people at a time works really, really well. Like I say, in your investment, it's just £197 plus VAT, and then the £99 a month for the software access thereafter, but you can cancel at any time. So if this is interest to you, head on over to bit.ly/GMC 30 days. Do that before midnight tonight. Typically, these places fill up very quick, so there's only 12 spots available in each group session that we do. And like I say, the reason we do it in that way is kind of where we are at with it, because then we know that gets the best results for you. Okay, so that's the key thing. Like I say, if you have questions, let me know now. Anything on there, any comments, feedback about the webinar, anything you found really useful, please pop that in the chat box and I'll do my best to answer any questions you have. But the key thing is, if you want that, there's an opportunity there to work with us, implement this system, automate the system so it gives you everything you need. Like I say, it works for all fitness, health and wellness business owners. And the key thing is that you owe it to yourself to make sure to go out and actually help more people. So having a system in place will give you the confidence to make sure you do that. Yeah, no problem, Jen. We can cover that with you as you're currently a member of Client Central. That's not a problem. We can go through what software, put in a chat request, and my team will deal with that for you. But the key thing is you owe it to yourself to get out there, because you're great at what you all do. Okay, and you're on this earth for a reason. So I want to make sure that we get you out there helping the people that literally are lying awake at night in pain, or having problems with their confidence or their nutrition or their health, fitness and wellness. So let's get you out there in a bigger way to ensure that you help more people. And as you help more people, you get the money that you deserve. You get rid of that pain, that fear that you have. You get rid of the complication around all this online stuff to make it work for you. But most importantly, you have a proven system that works, that you can just keep working each time you want to get more clients and help more people and get handsomely rewarded as a result. Okay, so if you have any questions, I will now take any further questions before we finish off for the night. But if not, if you are, whilst you're putting any questions in that chat box for me, then essentially, if not, I'll remind you, obviously, of the 12 spaces available of the minimum investment. Just 197, that's all it is, plus VAT to get started on this 4-week program where we'll be helping you implement this system, giving you all the proven templates, showing you how to close a sale, how to market on Facebook, how to market online, offline, leaflets, flyers, etc., and all the things, and importantly, obviously, the software to automate all that process. 197 plus VAT, then 99 per month for the software. bit.ly/GMC 30 days. So bit.ly/GMC 30 days. That is your link. So bit.ly/GMC 30 days. So if you're interested in that, head on over there now. I don't think we've got any questions by the looks of it. I think that's most of the ones come through. I don't see any. Okay, no problem. Good. Well, all that remains for me to do is say thank you ever so much. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join me. I'm sure you found something of value on this webinar. Whether you join us on the coaching program for those 4 weeks, I'd love to welcome you on board and work with you and help you achieve all the things that you want to achieve. Remember, have that goal. Remember, behave like it's already happened and take the actions that you need to achieve that goal. If you do that, you will then make this thing happen and make this fitness, health and wellness business thing work for you. And you can have that sense of accomplishment that you're achieving what you've set out to in life and a lot more. So take those things, off we go, and obviously make that happen. And I look forward to working with you either in the 12 space available section in the group coaching, or I look forward to seeing you perhaps on another email or a webinar sometime in the future. So that remains for me to say thank you ever so much. Take care, and I will look forward to seeing you very, very soon. In the meantime, head on over to bit.ly/GMC 30 days, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks ever so much. Take care and goodbye.